In 1990, 20-year-old Tony Gehman opened a fly shop in West Lawn, PA. 25 years later, TCO is opening its fourth store in Boiling Springs. We are here to talk with Tony about the renovation of the historic building that houses the shop, to learn about the new store, to hear TCO's philosophy on customer service, and to find out what is in the future for TCO.
Yeah, it's interesting. So with this location, we've sort of changed our model a little bit, and our sign's a little different, incorporates our traditional logo of the fish and TCO Fly Shop, but we changed it to TCO Outdoors and added a mountain and a sunrise to sort of make it feel a little bit more outdoorsy. In this store, it's a concept we wanted to bring to our business for a few years, and this store allowed us to do that. The partnership with the Appalachian Trail running right through the property is amazing. So we do get a lot of hikers, we get a lot of crossover, we get a lot of people just coming in shopping, outdoor clothing and outdoor lifestyle. So yeah, this was a great catalyst for it, being in this town and being next to the trail and having the trails people come in and spend time and share their stories and sort of give us a lesson on what that's all about as well. So the next concept we do with the next store our original store will be to sort of rehab it the same way. This location was a location we've been interested in for about 20 years. Our expansion concept started about 15, 20 years ago. We knew we always wanted to be in this location, but we weren't sure how to do it, when it was going to come up. So we waited patiently, and the opportunity came up about a year ago with the building that was for sale. So we took advantage of it, and we knew there'd be a lot of work ahead of us, but the area is just awesome. We just really wanted to be here and wanted to create what we've created on this lake and in this town. So it just worked out perfectly for us time-wise. What we did is we spent some time in the Historical Society in Carlisle and looked through some old pictures, talked to them, got a feel for what the building was, because we didn't know. We knew it was, the town was old and we knew there's a lot of history, but we didn't realize that this building was so special to the town. It was a dance hall in the late 1800s and many different things in between before it became a fly shop. So there was a lot of neat history. It was a gathering place for the people of the town when the trolley used to run in front of the building. So once we saw that, we realized that we had to do something different than our original plan of just fixing the building up and opening a fly shop. We wanted to make it special. We wanted to make it something that was paid homage to the town and did it the right way. So after spending some time with the guys at the Historical Society and gathering photos, we wanted to recreate the look of what it was 150 years ago. So that's why we went with the silver standing seam roof. That's why we used the board and batten sides, keeping the original feel of it. Because after it was a dance hall, that was sort of the look and feel of this building. Same with the floor. We took the floor out and redid hardwood versus a laminate to sort of look the same, have the same feel, the same wide plank as the interior was before. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to keep it special. So we didn't find, when we did the restoration, we thought that we would have found some treasures from years past, and we really didn't. But we thought that when the floor was dug up and we could get down to the dirt, that there would have been something from at least 100 some years ago. But the thing we did find, which was interesting, was the floorboards or the supports under the floor were actually made of steel. When the trolley was out in front and the guys were working on the trolley, they used the rails for supports underneath the floor. So, and those are still there, which is really neat. So that's why the floor really remained intact for that long, relatively straight because of that. So far, the townspeople and even the hikers, the through hikers coming through have just loved it, loved stopping in and sharing their stories. It was interesting. One girl, Mary Monahan, stopped in, and she was the first woman through this year on the trail. She started before most people do. She started in January in Georgia, and she got through here, and it was beginning of March, mid-March that she was through here. She's going to be done probably in a week or so, and she's going to do all three mountains, all three hikes in the calendar year. So she's headed to New Mexico next and hike that to Canada, and then do the Pacific Crest Trail, and she'll be finished hopefully before the year's over. So yeah, it's a crazy, but it was great meeting her and talking to her, and we just meet people we wouldn't have normally met, being just a traditional fly fishing store. So my passion and drive to do this was, again, to create something that the town would be proud of, and something that when we were done, we could look at as a true piece to the town, a true monument that would sit here and look the way it did 150 years ago, and that the townspeople would be proud of and want to come in and spend time at. And that's what we feel we've accomplished. Went to Penn State for a year and decided early on that I wanted to work for myself. So there was an opportunity when I was 19 years old to buy a building and start the first store in West Lawn, which is just outside of Reading, Pennsylvania. So I did that, bought the building, rehabbed it, made it a shop. It was about 800 square feet, and started that just when I turned 20 years old. So the first year was good. I was still living home with my parents, so no expenses. It was easy to make things work. And after about 2 years, realized that it's going to be a good business. Things sort of happened at the right time. A river runs through it came out, sort of all great timing. So after about 5 years, realized that the next stage is to start growing. So in 1995, we started looking at other areas to expand to, other parts of the business to expand into. And that's when we started to focus on areas outside of Philadelphia and State College, started working towards that goal. So we rehabbed the first building in 1997, which was 7 years after we opened, made that a bigger store to about 3,000 square feet. And then right in early 2000, then we started expanding to Philadelphia and to State College. So it's been, after 25 years, it's been a steady growth every year of planning and of sort of the concept of where we wanted to be in our vision, and we stuck with that from the beginning, which has been great. So when I first started, obviously it was just myself, and it was just myself for the first 2 years. After 3 years, we started I hired another guy to be in there with me to give me some time to get out and guide and to run trips and to do other parts of the business. And that was 23 years ago. So now, fast forward to 25 years, we now have 28 employees and 6 guides. So it's a big change, but everyone's part of the family. Everyone sees the same vision we see and really works for the same goal. So one of the biggest parts of the vision statement that we created, or that I created when we started, was to offer the best customer service possible, coupled with the best products of the industry. And that was something we never deviated from, and all of our guys who come on board all understand that. They understand the concept that you have to offer customer service. You have to do the best job you can be, get people excited about being outdoors and fishing and fly fishing. And if you do that and you couple the right products with it, things will go great. And that's sort of our path we've been on. And it's great to do that. You have that mindset that that's how it should be, and when it works that way, it's just awesome. And it's a testament to our employees, it's a testament to our guys in the store that continue that same vision day in and day out. It's great. So a lot of people do ask, what's the magic? And I love fly fishing. I want to get into the industry. What do I do? It's a different game now, but I never want to steal anyone's dream. I mean, my dream was the same way, that I wanted to do something. I wanted to work in an industry that I love, and it's something that I enjoy doing every day. The thing I would tell someone if they wanted to start is the same way. You create a vision and create your dream, and don't give up. Do the best you can and follow through with it, and good things will happen. What I think the biggest takeaway from what I've done for 25 or 26 years, and what all of my employees have been able to create with us, is that you create a passion for what you're doing. And if you're excited about it every day and you share that passion with other people, you can spread the word of doing something really great and paying attention to the environment, and all those things make a difference. One little action you can do can help something else, and I think some of the things that our guys are doing as it reaches out much further than fly fishing is just awesome. It's great to see what everyone's accomplished. It's interesting within this sport, and much like any other technical sport and detailed-oriented sport, it's sort of the foundation of the sport starts a certain way. So bamboo rods, was sort of the first thing that kicked off fly fishing, and evolved all the way up to graphite. And now there's been a push back towards that softer, slower feel. Not that a lot of people fish bamboo now, but graphite is still number one, but I'm starting to see a lot more fiberglass. So a lot of companies are creating fiberglass rods sort of soften the action and come back to a feeling of where things used to be years ago. And it's interesting. It's like anything else, that cycle sort of goes full turn. But that's one of the big things we're seeing now. It's hard to get the service you need at a big box store. Those guys do a great job of getting people into the sport. Their marketing power is untouchable. So I commend what they do, because their catalogs go to millions of people and their reach is so big to get into the sport. But after someone gets in, the next step is for them to then seek out a specialty store, to ask questions and to take classes. And that's something that we've really worked well with. In fact, when Cabela's opened in Hamburg, next to our Reading store, about 15 years ago, I went up and introduced myself and talked to them, and we formed this partnership, which is still going, which is that we send people to them all the time. There's stuff we don't do that they do great, and there's a lot of things that we do that they don't do. So that partnership has just been awesome, and we do get a lot of people coming down that says they were just at Cabela's, they got an outfit and they want to come down and learn how to do it. So I think it's a great way to look at them as a vehicle to get people into the sport and get the word out. The specialty stores are the guys who are going to educate them and take them to the next step. And it's just a great partnership. Right, yeah, we hope to see everyone down here, spend some time in our new store, talk to our guys, and get as excited as we are about the location. Thanks very much. Hope to see you here. You can contact us online as well at www.tcoflyfishing.com, as well as stopping in one of our stores.